Hi guys, welcome to today's session. And today we're going to discuss about UAPA, that is Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. And in this session we'll first see a brief about UAPA, then we'll see 2019 amendment of UAPA Act, and then we'll discuss what are the criticisms against UAPA. And as UAPA is always charged on civil society groups and social activists, we'll discuss the importance of civil society groups and social activists in our society. So this is how I plan this session. Let's now start. About Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, it is an upgrade on Terrorist and Disruptive Activities Prevention Act, that is TADA, which was lapsed in 1995, and the Prevention of Terrorism Act POTA, which was repealed in 2004 and was passed in year 1967. So UAPA is an upgraded version of TADA and POTA. UAPA aims at effective prevention of unlawful activities associations in India. Until 2004, unlawful activities referred to actions related to secession or secession of territory, and the 2004 amendment added Terrorist Act to the list of offences, and under the act the investigating agency can file a charge sheet in maximum 180 days after the arrest, and the duration can be extended further after intimating the court. And it gives special powers to union government. If center deems an activity as unlawful, then it may, by way of an official gazette, declare it so. It has death penalty and life imprisonment as highest punishments. So that is a brief about UAPA Act, and this act has been amended in 2019. We will now see what are the 2019 amendments of UAPA Act. The act was amended to designate individuals as terrorists on certain grounds provided in the act. Earlier, only organization could be declared as such, not designating individuals as terrorists. So this would give them an opportunity to circumvent the law and regroup under a different name. And second major amendment is it empowers Director General of NIA to grant approval of a seizure or attachment of property when the case is investigated by NIA. Earlier it required the consent of state police, which delayed the process. Now the center can, the NIA can do by itself. And the third amendment is it empowers the officers of NIA of the rank of inspector or above to investigate cases of terrorism. This will help solve the human resource crunch in NIA. So these are the major amendments which made in 2019 to the UAPA Act. Now we'll discuss what are the criticisms against the UAPA Act. Experiences of the anti-terror laws in India such as POTA and TADA reveals that they are often misused and abused. The law could also be used against political opponents and civil society activists who speak against the government and brand them as terrorists. And critics argue that the law, especially after 2019 amendment, gives unfettered powers to investigating agencies. Some experts feel that it is against the federal structure, given that police is a state subject under the 7th schedule of the Indian Constitution. So this debate often comes in the news because UAPA is charged randomly against civil society activists who speak against the government. So this is a matter of debate since long time. So criticisms are important. So please pick up more points from the news. And now we'll discuss what are the importance of civil society groups and social activists in our society. They act as a conduit between people and authority. They help in interest articulation and interest aggregation in a democratic setup. And the collaboration with the government by the civil society groups in welfare delivery programs, especially in remote places where the administrative machinery is thin, is really helpful. And also constructive criticism of government actions will lead to the improvement in governance, and also this will help in preventing the excesses of executive through their active civic participation, and also it holds the government accountable for their action and ensures transparency in government functioning. It promotes brotherhood and harmony in society. and also environmental consciousness among people. And these groups ensures that governments keep human at the center of development strategy. So they are contributing much to the society. That are the few points which hold the importance of civil society groups and social activists in our country. And that's all for today, guys. But in this contemporary period of decline of political parties, it is the civil society that cater to people needs. Hence, they should not be harassed through draconian laws like UAPA. Anti-terror laws should not be used as a tool to silence the critics of government. So the need to set up a review committee to examine and supervise the process of designating individuals as terrorists and investigation of cases with objectivity and fairness should be made immediately. There is a greater role for judiciary here to take carefully examine the cases of alleged misuse, and also drawing the line between individual freedom and state obligation to provide security is a case of classical dilemma. It is up to officers to ensure professional integrity, follow the principle of objectivity, and avoid any misuse of laws like UAPA. So that is all about this particular topic, guys. It's a very important topic. I can expect questions in mains as well as prelims also, and it is an act which often comes in the news. So please study about this in detail. That's all for today. We'll meet tomorrow with another topic. Thank you for watching this lesson.